Two men, two microphones, one movie, a couple of beers, and some wildly outlandish critiques about the movies you may or may not love. The following review will have massive spoilers and possibly offensive commentary. This content may not be suitable for little bitches. Brought to you by Goat Straw Entertainment and some liquid courage.
Hey, welcome back, movie lovers, to another episode of Not Your Everyday Critics. I'm your host, George Lugo.
And I'm Manny Rivera.
And what we do on this show is review and critique movies of every variety. So we're not going to bore you with all the bullshit, and we're going to jump right into this. Be warned, if you have not seen these movies, spoilers ensue.
Yeah.
So the movie we're going to... Oh, hey, it's David Raby,
David
everyone.
Raby, everybody.
Whoopsies, jumped the gun.
If you can't see him behind this giant elf or whatever,
It's a gnome,
that's
dude.
David. Gnome.
Okay, so in these drinks are crushed peppermints. I try to crush as finely as I can, so watch out. Don't choke on these little bits.
Okay.
What is this drink called, David?
Driven Snow Cocktail.
Driven Snow Cocktail.
Yes, sir.
All right.
What goes
I'm
into a
intrigued.
Driven
I'm-
Snow Cocktail.
White chocolate liqueur, black strap rum, which I'm assuming has a bit more molasses. Than
Yeah, molasses.
And a ginger liqueur as well.
Okay.
Shake it up, and you crush the rim with
Peppermint.
peppermint.
Dude, you smell that? It smells so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take a sip, boys. I'll join you guys.
Thanks,
We'll wait
David.
till you're ready, and we'll have a sip right now.
Smells so good.
All right, cheers, boys.
Cheers,
All
buddy.
right. Cheers, buddy.
Oh my God, that is really
Oh
sweet.
my God.
It's very sweet,
I'm gonna get diabetes before I get drunk.
but it is very tasty though.
This
It is.
very nice.
It's like
It's like a
it's
coffee
definitely
almost.
very Christmassy.
Holy shit! Yeah. God, that is really sweet. Anyways, let's do it. Krampus, here we go.
Yeah. The movie we're going to be reviewing today is Krampus,
Krampus.
by directed and written by
Michael
Michael
Dougherty.
Dougherty.
We remember him.
You remember him? You remember him? Irish Mike. We call him.
We gotta ask him about that. Mike.
He's not Irish, dude.
He's not? Shit, he's gonna be so pissed off when he sees this shit.
Michael Dougherty.
I don't know if that's actually true. If he's not Irish, he doesn't have the accent, so I just assume he's not.
Well, I mean, he could have it in the blood. So,
Yeah, he could. Just,
how much
yeah.
does he drink? Do we know?
Don't know that.
I
Don't know
have
that.
no idea.
Don't know that.
We're gonna do it for
Okay,
him, though.
so we are going to be reviewing Krampus. Came out in 2015. This is a comedy, drama, fantasy. Horror's not even in the title.
Wow.
It's not even a family movie. There's family in it.
Yeah, that's the thing. So,
Comedy, drama, fantasy. That's
so
crazy.
Fantasy.
when he was talking about the movie, he's like, it's not really horror comedy. He's like, there's so many different subsets in this movie. It hits kind of everything, you know,
Right.
kind of like when Adam Scott was talking about, like, he likes this movie because it's kind of like an Amblin film, like Gremlins and like Poltergeist, where it hits
Yeah.
every genre. And that's exactly how Michael classified it too. So it's like horror, comedy, drama, family, like everything all in one.
okay.
So this is gonna hit every spectrum.
Yeah, if you like Christmas movies, you'll love this
Horror is it's definitely in here.
one.
Horror
yeah.
is definitely in here.
Horror is definitely
Yeah.
in here. I'm not a big fan of horror, but
Really?
Manny's not. Manny likes Hallmark movies,
I-
so go
I
fuck.
like
Yeah, fuck him.
I like nice movies, man.
Herpes for her. How she got a Hallmark story. I don't fucking know.
Manny likes Hallmark movies. Is what it is.
What do you
dude.
want? Hey, leave me alone, dude.
No.
I enjoy them. Anyways, Krampus.
Krampus. We're gonna jump into the synopsis right now. All right. When young Max and his family have an argument on Christmas, he unknowingly summons a Yuletide demon, Krampus, who is the opposite of Santa and comes not to spread joy, but to punish non-believers. Now Max and his family must fight back against Krampus.
Not bad. Not bad.
That was good. Sorry for that ping.
Little
That was
stumble.
ice hitting the
Little
tumbler.
stumble, but not
Little
bad.
stumble. But
Yeah, man. First things first.
we're going to jump into the outline really quick.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do the outline for horror, even though it's multiple, but it's mainly horror. It's very horror based, but like we said, there's
Like, it
a
doesn't
bunch of
classify it as
there's a bunch
that,
of there's a
but
bunch of
there are-
subtypes in there also,
Yeah.
but it's definitely horror based. The base is horror. So we're gonna do intro.
The base is horror.
The base is horror. We're gonna do intro, cast, wardrobe, writing, score, direction, practical and practical effects, and digital effects, suspense buildup, chase scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gore framework, the don't go in there category, and then the outro. So, but we still have to do performance and budget. We're gonna throw this in there also.
Yeah.
This is an older outline, so
Yeah.
all right. So, what do you say we jump right into this bad boy
With the intro.
with the intro? So I actually love the way this movie starts out because it starts out like in a slow motion sequence. And
I was trying to figure that out. Like, what was
it starts
with the
off.
intro?
It starts out in a slow motion sequence, and it's all these guys. It's all these shoppers getting ready for Christmas shopping, and it's like absolute chaos. People are running people over, pushing people over, punching people in the face. And there's even a little clip where two security guards are tasing two other shoppers.
Your typical Black Friday.
It's like a Black Friday thing,
Did you
right?
see that guy carrying it was like a 34 or 48-inch TV like under his arm while he's walking and on his phone or whatever?
you see
Yeah.
that a lot.
I'm like, what the that's a heavy ass TV. Like, how are you?
No, it's not.
I feel
That
like
TV's
that
not.
would be a heavy TV just to have under your arm.
I saw it again recently. It's a TCL Roku TV. It's not heavy.
Wow, very detailed.
So, anyways, all that chaos is ensuing, and there's also, while all this is going on, there's like a children's play happening, and this is when we get to see a little bit of the main characters. So, one of the main characters, the kid, he's punching upwards because he's been tackled, and he's been punching upwards at this little shithead who is telling him that Christmas is like bullshit.
Yeah.
And then, like, his parents run up, mom, the dad, and they're trying to break up the fight. Everyone's recording on their phone. The whole thing is astounding. And the whole thing is being done to, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Bing Crosby, but
Bing
the
Crosby.
the slowest version of it possible.
Which
Like,
I feel like
it's,
that's a classic song for most Christmas music.
well,
Well,
For
yeah.
most Christmas
Yeah.
movies.
I'm pretty sure it's Bing Crosby, and he
I'm
like
pretty
he
sure it's
always
Bing Crosby.
sang slow. Just
yeah. But it's paced out really well. It's fucking amazing. And so after that happens, they go home, right? And then they're going over what the hell happened there? Why are you guys going crazy? And it's like, oh, fucking that shithead from school is saying that like Santa's not real, and the mom's like, well, you're gonna find out sooner or later. She's like,
it's time to grow up. You're gonna grow up soon.
Yeah, you're gonna grow up sooner or later. And then the grandmother's in the kitchen making cookies.
Butter strudel.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's making
She's
cookies.
making like she's making a million
Butter
different
strudel.
cookies. She's making a million different cookies, and her son's like, "Don't make too many." We bought some cookies, and so this
She's
is
speaking German, right?
She's
she
speaking
speaks German,
But I think it's pretty fucked up. Like, why the fuck would you buy cookies if you know your mother or grandmother
Is
is in
making
home
them?
making fucking fresh cookies, dude? Like,
a little fucked up.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
A little fucked up. So here we find out that the grandma's at home, and then they're expecting the rest of their family to come in for the holiday season. So they're all just kind of doing their thing. I can't remember the kid's name right now.
Max.
Max. Yeah, so Max is talking to his grandma. She asks, "Did you finish writing your letter to Santa?" And she's basically telling him you should go do that. And so he's going to go do that. And he writes like a heart-warming letter, and like he's trying to get everyone to be like a family again.
Yeah.
Is what his letter's all about.
It's very sweet.
It's very sweet. And that's when the house starts rumbling. The house is like rumbling, and the
Cousins.
The cousins.
Cousins.
The cousins
We've all
start
been
to
there.
come
You know
in.
that family. And if you haven't been there, you probably are that
Yeah.
family.
So yeah.
That was a good one.
So we got Howard and his wife. Fuck, what's his wife's name? Linda. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Howard and Linda are coming in, and they bring in their fucking 4 kids, 2 of which
Yeah.
are complete shitheads. One is a mouth breather.
Yeah, he's just.
He's like a mute of some type.
don't think he's-
Dumb as shit. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Yeah, he's
dumb as
like a
shit.
brick that just stands there. or
Yeah,
sits
and
there
then they
just
have a
doesn't do
baby,
shit.
which they coincidentally forget in the car.
Yeah, right.
So they start the movie off with the baby. They forget the baby in the
Well,
car.
at least it's wintertime. It's not like it's summer with the windows rolled up, right?
Oh, so instead of cooking, it's gonna freeze
We're
to
gonna
death.
freeze him.
Preserve it. Just thaw
At
it
least
out.
he'll be preserved. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Babysicle.
That can be preserved. And at this point, the aunt comes in, and they weren't
Love
expecting.
her.
Then unexpected, they weren't expecting the aunt, and she's not on good terms with her aunt.
Yeah.
So that's a very awkward scene. She's like,
But everybody has that like relative is just like, doesn't give a fuck. Is just there to get drunk, and like if you talk to them, they're just gonna tell you the fucking truth, no matter how hard it it
it's
hurts.
also very true.
Either the truth or a story they really don't
You
want to hear.
really didn't want to hear, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I love her so much in this.
Oh,
film.
her character's great. Her
I think
character's
I am that
great.
uncle version of that.
Yeah.
You're that uncle.
character-
I'm just there to
great.
drink.
There you go. We all gotta have a purpose.
So they
There you go.
basically bring everyone in, right? And then they go to have dinner. And dinner's a fucking nightmare. Everyone's arguing.
Oh my
Literally everyone's bickering. There's no friendly conversations anywhere. Max is trying to produce friendly conversations, but it's not happening. And then the two cousins.
Two cousins, the girls.
They're
Yeah,
twins,
the,
right?
The two. I don't know. I don't think they're twins.
They're not
They
twins.
said twins.
But they could be fraternal twins then.
Yeah.
They noticed that Max had a letter in his jacket pocket,
Yeah.
and they snagged it earlier. And they're like, "Oh, we know you still believe in the big guy,"
Yeah.
And so they start to tease him, and then they also start to humiliate him by reading his letter out loud at the dinner table
In front of the whole
in front of the
damn
whole
family.
family. And his sister's like, "Ooh, don't do anything," but these two shitheads are reading his Christmas letter.
And he's just supposed to sit there and take
He's
it.
supposed to sit there and
It's
take it.
supposed to be for Santa's eyes only.
Also, how come none of the fucking parents were like, "Give me the fucking letter, you idiots"?
Dude,
Right?
Shit. Like nobody's doing anything for this kid. This kid actually
Yeah.
believes in something and wants something to
regardless,
happen.
regardless of whether he believes in it or not, they should not be doing that. The parents should be like, "Give me the letter. You two shitheads, go sit in the living room.
Yeah.
No food for you."
Like the aunt and uncle there just letting it happen, and
They all just let it happen. They just let the whole thing
the
fucking
aunt's
happen.
not doing shit. She's just getting drunk off of eggnog or schnapps or whatever the fuck.
This is eggnog
So they're
and
reading,
schnapps, yeah, pretty much.
yeah, they're reading the letter, and there's a little bit about everybody in the letter.
Yeah.
And it's very sweet because like what he's saying about them is not bad.
It's not bad.
No, it's not.
He wants them to change.
Yeah.
He wants them to be better.
He wants them to go back to how
He
things
wants-
used to be.
Yeah, because everyone's kind of, their relationships
to
are
be-
struggling.
He wants to be closer with his sister. He wants his parents to fall in love again. Like
He wants good things to happen to his
he
aunt
wants
and uncle.
good things to happen. You know what I mean? Like
He wants his shitty cousins to be better cousins.
Yeah. He's like a good kid. Yeah, that's
He's
why
a
he
good
feels
kid.
so bad.
No,
for
he's a
him.
good kid. Everyone takes it horribly,
yeah,
right?
Like, why the fuck would you say this about me?
Yeah.
I'm not good enough.
because you're a fucking prick.
Yeah, like,
That's
look at
why.
you when you're
Because they're all
acting.
Saying
basically,
all this
they're all
shit 'cause you're
basically full
fucking
of shit.
pricks.
Is what
Yeah,
it is.
every
They're all
single one of them.
basically full of shit.
Such assholes, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So at this point in time, he gets the letter back, and then, fuck, what happens here? Does he go to his room?
He goes
Well, he
upstairs
gets
to
the
his
letter
Goes
room,
back.
upstairs.
and then
He's saying that he just wanted everything to be
Yeah, he wants everything to be
Normal
normal.
again.
yeah, he's
and
like,
then
hey,
he went
you
up.
all.
Yeah,
fuck
and then he
you.
went up to his room, and
he's just sitting at his desk.
he's sitting at his desk, and he was gonna send the letter out, but instead he has a change of heart,
And he just
rips the letter up,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, well, his
casts it
dad
out.
comes up and tries to talk to him about it.
Oh, he does, yeah.
That's
Sorry.
right,
His
yeah.
dad comes up, tries to.
And he's like, well, that's what family's for, to
But
piss
he
you
doesn't.
off on the
His
holidays.
dad doesn't really give him good advice.
No, he doesn't.
Unfortunately.
Because he asked his dad, "Is that something you believe in, Dad?" And
I mean,
he goes,
leave it to
want
Ben Wyatt to fucking fuck
You know?
things up.
Doesn't even believe his own words. He wants to believe it, but he's not even believing his own words. So how are you going to expect your son to take your, your words into consideration if you don't even believe what you're saying?
Just say what you mean what you say.
No.
Yeah.
And he was getting ready to put his letter inside the envelope. Ready. He was licked it and everything. Takes a look at the front of the letter and had a change of heart, ripped it up, many pieces, opened his window.
Threw it out.
Threw it out.
And that's
So
what
that's-
floats into the sky.
And this is where he basically invites Krampus into their lives because he
Pretty
gust
much.
of wind.
just
That
said,
picked up the
fuck
pieces.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I do like that overhead shot, like of the house, and
It's
you
a
see
good
that
shot.
dark cloud showing up. Like,
Yeah,
whoa.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
feel
shot.
like that's like a classic shot for a lot of those freaking spooky movies.
a lot of those
like that.
Krampus movies. Yeah.
No, not Krampus movies.
Just like
I said
horror, yeah.
spooky movies.
Spooky horror stuff that with like
Yeah.
supernatural kind of thing.
Haunted movies.
Okay.
You know, like in Ghostbusters when they're in the towers. Like,
That too.
are you the
See what I'm saying?
gatekeeper?
Yeah. So I think that's
I'm the key master.
trying to think if that's about the 15-minute mark. I think it's about the 15-minute mark.
Yeah.
Yeah,
About the
that's about it.
15. Not a bad opening.
No, it's
It was
pretty good actually.
Pretty good.
We get some information there, so
Definitely
that's
pretty
nice.
good.
It's a lot, but you know, like you understand, like right away, you're like, holy shit! Like I've been in those fucking.
I feel like everybody has. Everybody's
everybody.
been in
Yeah.
that situation, so it's very relatable. But it's just it's an odd situation because he's so young and he wants to believe. He wants to believe.
Mhm.
you
He
know?
does.
All
And
he-
he has that belief. But, I mean, with everything that's going on, it's just, it just makes it harder and harder for him to stay true about it. And,
I think
he's like, why even bother?
it's just like that pressure of his family telling him that Santa Claus isn't real.
Yeah.
I think that's what's like weighing heavy on him, and he's like trying to fight that sort of negative energy kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It sucks when you have nothing but negative around you and you're trying to be a positive person.
Yeah, that's the
It
one.
just
Fuck yourself.
Totally fucking, you see what I mean? That's that kind of bullshit that you don't want fucking in
All right.
your life, really.
Let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next category. We're gonna go over the cast.
There's
So-
a lot to cover here.
Cast.
Yeah, we're gonna go over the cast now. All right, so we're gonna start with MJ Anthony. He plays Max.
Uh-huh.
Adam Scott, Tom, Toni Collette,
Love her.
Sarah. I love Toni Collette.
Dude,
She's
another
fucking
great role, man.
amazing. Stephanie Levy Owen plays Beth.
Mm-hmm.
Krista Stadler, Omi. Conchata Farrell, Aunt Dorothy.
I love her too.
Conchata. Yeah.
R.I.P. to her.
Yeah. Oh, is she gone?
Yeah, man, she
Yeah,
passed
man.
away
She's gone for a
last
while.
year.
I
early
don't know.
year.
I don't keep up with that.
Yeah, last year she did October 12th.
Oh, I'm sorry. R.I.P.
R.I.P. girl.
Allison Tolman is Linda. I love her. She's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ever watch Good Girls?
No,
She's
Yeah.
great in there.
but Castle Rock, she plays the shitty
She's great
sister.
in Castle Rock too.
Yeah,
David Koechner, Howard.
I love him, dude.
Whammy!
That, but like, I guess every time I hear his voice, I can't help but think of the role that he plays in F is for Family, the big fat guy,
Oh,
I think it was
yeah.
Bob or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
Bob.
funny, man.
He's
funny.
hilarious.
So
dude. I love
funny.
him.
He's funny. Maverick Flack is Howie Jr.,
The mouth breather.
the mouth breather. Queenie Samuel is Jordan. Lolo Owen is Steven. Sage Hunfield.
That's the baby.
Hunfield is Baby Chrissy. Leith Towers is Derek. Curtis Vowell is the DHL man. Luke Hawker is Krampus.
Oh,
And I'm not sure if you guys knew this or not, but Seth Green is Lumpy, and then Justin Roiland is Clumpy. So two of the little gingerbread
the
men.
elves. Oh, no.
Two of the gingerbread men were played by Seth Green and Justin Roiland.
oh shit! I
Which
did
all
not
they
know
had,
that.
their only
Yeah.
roles were
That was it.
That or what was that part where he's like, "There he is, get him!" And they just like fucking
Yeah.
run at him.
When I found that out, I was so happy. I was like, "Oh, what?" And then we have Breen Burns plays the other voice for the gingerbread Dumpy.
Okay.
Lumpy, dumpy, and clumpy.
Yeah.
I
So
like
we
that.
got Brett
Dumpy,
Betty.
dumpy, and clumpy.
Yeah, Brett Betty is Der Clown.
Oh,
Mark
God.
Atkin is Ketkroker.
Yeah, that's like a German word.
Yeah.
I can't fucking.
Ketkroker.
Kroker.
Amy Brighton is.
I don't even know how to
Vorskler.
fucking pronounce that goddamn first letter,
I
dude.
don't even know.
It looks like a P.
It looks like a P,
that
but it's
fucked an
not.
L.
Yeah. Trevor Bow is Hudderdislicker.
Yeah. Oh,
How to
God.
diss liquor?
Heard.
How to dick liquor?
That's
Yeah,
what
dude. It's
that's-
another one.
we're
fucking-
killing all of these.
Yeah, we're not-
Can
we
we
don't know how
not
to-
try to ruin these
Ravi
guys'
Narayan
names?
is
Look, these are all the
Kurtashnika.
fucking extras, okay? They're playing
How
different.
about we not worry about the extras and just
We could just name off their real names.
because
Okay,
they're
fine. Sure. Why not? I was just looking for some that are,
somewhat relatable to what we would know.
and then we're gonna do Thor is Rosie the dog.
Okay,
There we go.
Oh,
Rosie the dog
she's so
is
sweet.
Thor.
She's a sweetie. All right, and then let's do a cheers for all the extras, for all the curs in there.
Yeah, for all the
Cheers.
names we couldn't pronounce, but
Your drinks, dumbass.
I have nothing in there. but okay,
Jesus
okay.
You
Christ.
got liquid on the bottom. Something you and your sister have in common.
Oh,
I'll get started on the next
wow.
round.
Wow.
Manny, you're gonna get diabetes before this thing is over.
Most likely.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, so let's move
We
on
shall
to
see.
our next category.
Let's
Wardrobe.
make that happen. Can I have another? Wardrobe.
Wardrobe.
Um,
Holy fuck, did this movie have some of the best wardrobe in a horror
Dude.
film I've seen in a long time.
It's
it
wardrobe.
is fucking crazy.
So-
The practical effects as far as the
They
characters
shot this
go.
movie in New Zealand.
What?
So they shot
Oh,
this
wow,
film.
I didn't even know that.
They shot this film in New Zealand.
Does it snow in
And
New Zealand?
Here's the reason why. Michael Doherty wanted to use practical effects over digital.
Well, of
they
course,
use digital
'cause he's a
as-
fucking great guy.
Yeah. But part of the reason he wanted to do it in New Zealand, he would have access to the Weta Workshop. So the Weta Workshop is the shop that did all the stuff for like Lord of the Rings.
Wait a what?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and he spent a lot of time in that workshop, and they actually appreciated that. They were like, he has like a huge passion for like
That's
practical.
That's something that you don't really
Wow.
hear too
Yeah.
often, because if the director kind of like pops in every once in a while,
Yeah.
like, oh, what are you guys doing, blah blah blah. But when you have a director that's
Dude, he
really
spent-
overseeing and giving it proper
He spent
input,
a lot of time in that workshop.
you're gonna
And-
get stuff done real quick
Yeah.
because you're getting that first hand.
Yeah.
Hey,
They
looks
did
good.
get-
I
yeah.
don't like this.
Crazy.
Let's change
He
this.
spent
that
so
is
much time in
crazy.
there.
That is amazing, dude. I love him so
I
much.
love it a lot
Wow.
because I was listening to another video and they were talking about another producer with less experience or
Yeah.
director with less experience was talking about how much he didn't like practical effects because it made his life difficult.
That's why he's a shit director, whoever the fuck that is.
I liked the movie he did do, but it was kind of a bummer to hear that come out of his mouth.
Oh, dang.
So it was upsetting. Because practical effects is where it's at, man.
I enjoy practical effects more than digital
Here's
effects.
why.
Way more.
They last longer.
They do.
So-
they do. And
Because
they're
it's
real.
it's something tangible. It's real. So digital
real.
digital
It
effects
holds up.
it
Digital
holds up.
effects only holds up to the actual.
They don't
camera
hold up
frame, you know,
long,
like
man.
the-
They don't hold up long.
Yeah.
There's only a handful of movies where you're like, the graphics still look good.
But we're going out of thing because we're talking about wardrobe
I know
here.
we're talking about wardrobe, but that's a
Wardrobe.
part of it. Okay, so
Really want to pay our respects to the people who worked hard on the
And
let's
we
talk
will
about-
do that
costumes,
with
man.
let's talk
practical and
about
digital
let's talk
effects.
about Krampus and his outfit.
Dude,
Oh, man.
okay, so
Go ahead, man.
Krampus's outfit, it's actually super close, so damn close to the mythical legend, and it's freaking great because I actually know about the legend of Krampus, and I've never known Krampus's face to be that way because what they tell me is that Krampus's face is actually like the skull of a bull or whatever it is, but it is so awesome to see, and he looks huge.
He's gigantic.
He looks freaking huge.
She's gigantic.
You know what I mean? The hooves were so awesome. The chains on him.
Yeah,
The cloak that he had. The
The-
horns were freaking
the
phenomenal.
horns are great.
I think is like his face kind of does not look like it should be his face. It looks like a skin of like Santa, and he just like fit it over his head,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
'cause
that's
you-
what makes it look so eerie and like makes him look not like that's not Santa, obviously, but like
Yeah.
in his eyes they just seem so dull and far away.
Yeah.
I don't know if you notice his eyes. They're kind of like sheep's and goat's eyes. They have
Yeah,
that.
they're like
They're
Oh, the weird slant.
they're
Yellow.
orange. They're yellow, but they have that rectangular,
Yeah, they do.
horizontal slit like a goat.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Normally, you don't see Krampus's face really because his face is
Well,
covered
okay, so
much.
they don't really show Krampus a lot in this movie. They don't. They show him a little bit in the beginning, with Beth when he's hopping from roof to roof.
Yeah.
And then
And that was pretty fucking.
that was
eerie.
pretty fucking creepy. And then they show him again at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Really, they don't really show him in the middle of the movie.
The costume, the freaking his nails,
The
like,
claws,
the
yeah.
entire look of Krampus is just freaking
Spot on.
amazing. Super,
Terrifying.
It's super spot on. Yeah, it's supposed to be terrifying.
Terrifying and
It's fucking
menacing.
Krampus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And his minions, his elves.
They look
You know,
like
the
Jim
way they
Henson
look
nightmare kind of shit.
also,
Yeah.
freaking great. So spooky looking. It was very crazy to see that they were like mini Krampuses almost, but they were terrifying. You know, they had, I don't know if it was like their faces or if it's a mask or whatever, but their
Masks.
appearance,
They're wearing masks.
it was just spooky.
So part of the thing is that
so spooky.
part of the thing is that those elves are actually elves that left Santa
Yeah.
and they went to him. There's some issues with that just because Krampus predates Santa Claus by thousands of years.
Well, Krampus was known as something different before then. Krampus before was not even known as Krampus. Krampus before was known as I'm gonna ruin this, but it's Gutrus,
Okay.
which is a different type of being. Which Gutrus was a being that if you were good through the year, you would get a silver coin in your right shoe. But if you were bad, she would come. David Raby, everybody. Yeah. But if you were bad, she would actually come to take you away to alleviate the parents. So she would take you, and it was a she, by the way.
Female.
It was a female.
All right.
Okay.
There's a lot of parents out there with like their kids taken away, right?
She would either give you a silver coin in your right shoe, or
Thank
if
you,
you were
David.
bad, she would take you away, and that would be the
Okay.
end of it.
All right. All right. Okay.
That's pretty.
Like I
We're
said,
going-
I actually
we're- Yeah, we're diving really deep into the lore there.
yeah, the lore. I like I said, I've actually done my homework on a lot of these stuff.
Okay.
I like looking back into this stuff
Okay.
too. So
All right, let's jump into the writing then. There's a few
Wrote it.
writers. There's a few writers on this film. It's not just
that's why I'm
Michael.
like, who wrote it? There was like a
So
ton
it's-
of people.
Well, originally, Michael Dougherty was the one who initially came up with the concept of the film, and then he brought on Todd Casey and then Zach Shields, were also writers in the film.
Thanks, David.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome,
Stu.
boys.
Cheers.
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 Kind of misjudged that pour. I gave myself a little more, but that's okay. I'll make
It's
another
all
round.
right.
You're good.
Whoa,
You're good.
That's fucking good.
All right. I like this movie because it feels incredibly real when all the actors are bickering and doing like their conversations with
It's
each
like
other.
a regular
It feels
dysfunctional
real.
family.
It feels real.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of movies have that, but they don't capture its realism. So
I think Home Alone did a good job. He's like, well, look what you did, you little jerk.
Home Alone did a great job.
Yeah.
That's actually
is that real? Look what you did, you little jerk.
I say that to my niece all the time during Christmas.
You say that because you've seen the movie.
Well, I don't know if she has, but I mean, my family knows I'm joking.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of.
And also, how dare you assume her gender?
David Raby, everybody.
All right. I love the writing though.
Yeah.
It's written really well. The story is paced out perfectly,
Yeah.
right? There's a little bit at the ending, like they speed things up,
Yeah.
but then like it kind of slows down a little bit just before it peaks out at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
But overall, done well.
Yeah.
Writing's good. The dialogue's
overall,
great.
It was a
The characters stay in character, so that's good.
overall, this movie actually was It was a fun film to watch, and I'm not big on this kind of stuff, but it was actually a really fun film to watch. I actually enjoyed it. It was good. You know, I wasn't too. I thought it was gonna be like super spooky or something like that, or something like I didn't want to see.
No, it's
But
definitely
it's
definitely not a frightening film.
no, it's not. A
There
frightening
are
film.
some thrillers at points, and it's a little bit horrific, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not a horrifying movie. It's not like you're not gonna be able to sleep. You know,
When I heard that it was gonna be Krampus, I'm like, oh man, I hope there's not gore in this, because if
Man, you don't like
the
gore.
legend of Krampus,
Gore.
there's like
I
gory
don't
shit
like
because
it.
he eats children.
I don't like it. It's so weird.
I'm not a fan. What do you want? Quit being
Oh,
a bitch.
no.
God, you're such a girl.
You're the bitch that
Anyway.
doesn't like gore.
Son of a bitch. Shut up over there.
No.
I don't like gore. All right.
But I mean,
That's
like
enough te-
overall,
that's
the
enough
movie
teasing,
was
Manny.
great. The movie was
All
great.
right.
I
So
liked it.
the writing was great. So let's move on to score.
Definitely spooky sounds.
Ooh,
dude.
I do love the score.
Yes, the score
Definitely
is
spooky
fucking
sounds.
great. So let's jump
Um,
here.
Yeah, man, there were definitely scenes like when Krampus is walking around the DHL van when what's her face is underneath the van,
Mm-hmm.
and you just have that slow like dun, 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 the entire time. It's just you're just waiting for him to like pull her legs from the behind the car or something like that.
Kind of
you
what
know?
you're expecting, but
It
I think-
didn't happen.
yeah, I mean, I think that's okay. I know I'm kind of like jumping the gun here,
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
as far as cinematography goes, like it does a great job of building that suspense.
Oh man, it
It
was
makes you feel
crazy.
trapped underneath that car as well, and that music is just amplifies.
Yeah,
that feeling.
it was. I half expected like
Do you see it on there,
Either
David? I don't see it.
Krampus to
For
like
the composer,
either
The composer,
lift
yeah.
the car up or
Yeah,
pull
Douglas
her
Pipes.
legs from behind. I
Oh,
didn't
there it
think
is.
of a Jack in the Box
Yep.
freaking just dun, 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 and then pop up, and this slow freaking toy just.
I would
starts
like to
crawl up.
note how small Jack is when he starts.
okay, this is why it sounds familiar to me.
How
because-
Tiny.
Douglas Pipes is the same guy who did the original score for Trick or Treat, another Michael Dougherty film that we covered before.
Dougherty.
Yeah. So when we first get introduced to Jack, it's right when Krampus is hopping roof to roof and chasing Beth, right? And she's on the thing under the car, and then she looks away, looks back, and then the Jack in the Box is there,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's the first time we see Jack,
Mm-hmm.
and he is tiny.
Yeah.
And then
It's a small box.
the second time we see him, he's enormous.
He ain't tiny anymore.
Huge.
Yes, he's enormous.
He's really the creepiest thing out of this whole
He
movie.
him and the angel thing are the two creepiest things. I think he's creepier still.
Yeah, he's creepy for sure.
He's pretty creepy. I thought the bear was pretty creepy too, but the
I like the
angel
bear.
is
The
freaking-
bear's
Bear's pretty funny,
adorable.
Yeah.
Dude, that robot was freaking
Awesome.
right. We'll go that later.
Yeah, we'll
but
get
I
to
mean,
that later.
overall, the score, the creepy sounds, and then it's just, I mean, the humbling music at the end of it, where he actually gets to like be with his family.
Well, let's
We'll
not
get to
jump the
that.
gun too
We'll get
much,
to that.
but
We'll get to
The
that.
there. We'll get there.
music.
Yeah, we'll get to
That's what
that.
I said. The
get to that.
music.
Sorry, let's move on
Wasn't trying
to
say anything.
shut your face. Let's move on to direction. So obviously, Michael Dougherty.
Michael Dougherty.
Dougherty.
Oh, Dougherty.
I'm gonna say that like every single time.
Yeah,
just because
we're-
it's so fun. It's so fun.
I'm looking at a picture of him now. He does look kind of Irish right off the bat.
There you go. Mr. Dougherty is
Born in
Irish.
Columbus,
Irish,
Ohio.
Irish, Irish.
Our Ohio
Born
is
in Columbus,
known-
Ohio.
But that's just where he's born. He could be
He
Irish.
could
I
be
mean,
Irish, yeah, for sure.
His family
He
could have,
be
you know,
Irish.
went to Ohio to plant
but-
potatoes.
Mr. Dougherty, he is. I think he did pretty well as far as directing this movie. There's a lot of scenes where it's just freaking crazy. You know what I mean?
But that's what's so beautiful
That's
about this film.
that's what's great about this film, Manny.
Well,
Thank
that's-
you for pointing that out.
No, but the thing is, you can make a fucking film about something and it'd be fucking horrible because your image is not the exact same way. This guy planned out
Well, yeah.
rooftop to rooftop. You
We've
know,
already talked about his. We've already talked about his level of love for the film.
Yeah, his
by like
passion.
just making the whole production in an entirely different country because he wanted that very specific special effects department. So we know that
the
he has
practical effects or
he has a huge passion for his projects.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They are not just it's not just a paycheck to him. They're passion projects.
Yeah. No,
That's why these movies are done. That's why there's a level of love and also a level of originality. to
Yeah,
these.
I think you're right there, Georgia. What you said, like the level of love that he has for each of these films that he does. That's why they're so fucking,
Yeah.
you know,
Because
beloved by
anyone could have
everybody.
picked up the
Yeah.
script. Anyone could have picked up the script,
But it
right?
wouldn't have come
And
out the
would
same
not
way.
have been. It would not have been the same,
yeah.
Yeah.
right? Another director from Hollywood would have been like, well, we'll just
We're
make
gonna
the
shoot
we'll
this
just
in
make
Mexico.
that CG. We'll just make it CG.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Right?
would have done CG right off the bat.
We'll do the
let's keep it
CG.
that
We'll
way.
do that CG,
Fuck
and then
that.
this movie would be completely different.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, for sure.
Right?
Yeah. I
If there was
completely
CG,
agree.
it would have been a shit
Completely
fucking
agree.
film.
They did use CG in here, but it's very minimal.
That's
Very minimal.
that's what a film should do is just minimal CG. That's it.
hmm Especially when they can, when you can use practical, definitely use practical.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, let's go to practical and digital
Practical
effects.
And digital effects.
Weird that we were just talking
Should we
about
just
it.
keep
We've
on
been-
going?
We've been sucking the practical dick of this movie.
Yeah,
Seriously.
in a digital way because you guys are watching this over the internet. So
I mean, what else can we fucking name off of this? You know what I mean? Like, when they recollect at the end of the movie when they're panning
No,
out.
we're not doing that. We're not doing that to the very end.
Snow globe.
We're not doing that to the very end.
well, wait till the end.
We're doing that till the very end.
We'll
Well,
get
that's
there.
all right. Fine.
Just wait till the end,
whatever.
goddammit.
I guess
Fine.
okay. So not that part, but all the
All the snow globes.
not the snow globes, but
Let's talk about
the
the very fucking.
the animal or that the animals, his helpers at the end.
Yeah,
th-
there's
that's
all
all
the little
digital. That's all
minions or
digital.
Yeah.
The
whatever.
minions are digital.
Yeah.
The gingerbread men,
The
digital.
gingerbread men.
Krampus jumping roof to roof,
Digital.
digital. Because
Yeah.
dude, the guy who was in that outfit could barely see.
Oh
the
yeah.
snowmen.
Could barely
The
see.
snowmen were digital.
The snowmen were digital.
The snowmen were digital.
Were they?
Yeah. The snowmen were digital.
I don't believe that for shit.
You can look it up if you want, but
David can look it
I
up.
want to look it up right now. Hold on.
because
I do not fucking believe that. It did not look digital at all.
it was digital.
Not even in the slightest. If anything, that looks way more practical, and they could have put more money into it.
If
Yeah.
anything, maybe one of the snowmen was a practical, but the other ones were digital. At least
Where did you
from what I
find
can-
this at? Were you watching a video? Did
I
you?
was watching a video. I can't.
Yeah?
I can't show it because my phone's dead right now. But, yeah, it was a digital effect. I think another digital effect that I can remember from the movie was the cracks in the ceiling or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
That
that
was-
that makes
that-
sense.
yeah.
So those would be incredibly hard to do practically, and also incredibly unsafe. So it makes sense that those are digital.
Yeah, that was it was freaking. It was great.
Yeah.
But
But overall, all the practical effects in this movie are fucking
dude,
astounding.
Krampus's feet walking around the freaking thing, that was pretty fucking awesome.
His hoof.
His hoof,
His two sets of hooves.
two sets
So they
of
had-
hooves.
They had the outfit like the actual Krampus was in,
Yeah.
and then they had a separate set of hooves for like close-up shots.
Yeah.
They were handheld.
They-
Oh, okay, those are cool.
So they said I was watching the video. They were saying that Krampus could also have been a what are those freaking things called?
Give
what
us
is-
give us any hint.
It could have
what
been
is
a movie.
Phil's name in Hercules.
What?
Phil's name, the little thing on half human.
A
half,
satyr?
Is it a satyr?
Senator?
Satyr.
satyr. A satyr.
Okay.
He's
So-
not a satyr.
So there's a theory of Krampus
Being
being
a satyr.
a satyr.
So what is he, the original satyr? Because he's incredibly powerful.
well, satyrs actually go far beyond. You know what I mean? They're
But
older
none of
than
them
shit.
have. None of them. I've never heard of any stories of satyrs having any abilities like his.
Probably
no
not like
fucking
his,
way.
but they have had abilities.
Not like that. Not even close.
Probably not. But there is
To tap
theory
in,
to say
to
that
tap in and out of hell.
Krampus.
No,
He doesn't tap in and out of hell.
he can.
No.
Yes, he certainly can.
No.
Yes.
He doesn't tap in or out of hell. He taps into his own fucking dimension, bro. He doesn't tap into hell.
He does tap into hell.
So according to this
read
article,
up on the thing.
I did read up on
You
it.
did not.
according to this article on FX Guide under Krampus,
Yeah.
and under the bit that says, "Do you want to build a snowman?" Quote: "The snowmen were carved in polystyrene."
Polystyrene. So did they use the faces as a digital thing then?
This is according to Javier Murcia.
Doesn't make sense. Why would they just?
We carved the shapes and then put a lot of shadows and stick some kind of paper, the kind you use to break things in the oven, or even thinner. You stick that on the surface and you could see the shadow underneath coming through it.
Oh, that's cool.
Then you put fake snow on top of that. The final result looks amazing because it looks so real.
Wow.
I don't think they were digital, bud.
I fucking watched the video just saying.
I'm glad you know things.
I do know things. Misinformation. That's all. Somebody didn't say the right things.
You know he's getting lied to.
People lying to me, man. But yeah, practical effects, digital effects. When Adam's the
Adam Scott,
actor's
you
name.
thinking? Yeah.
Either way, when he's fighting the fucking robot too, that's actually pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
When the
They 3D
ant,
printed that whole robot.
when the ant
Really?
gets so pissed off and she starts to pick up the axe and starts swinging at those fucking toys and shit.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking so badass. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
She was ready to go after Jack like no other, bro.
Well, yeah.
Like it was crazy. Her
mama
baby
was
She literally watched her child be eaten
yeah, like it's fucking
by
it
a
was
fucking
nuts.
Jack in the Box monster.
That thing is so terrifying, dude. I don't know what it is about like a humanoid figure turning into a large thing to swallow people whole. Terrifies
It's
me as
terrifying.
well.
Oh,
yeah.
was that swallowing through the snow thing a practical effect? You know when they were being sucked down through the snow when they were outside?
I mean, you can call that an effect, but I mean, that's not something we would consider a practical effect. That's
Because
just.
when they got dragged
That's
down,
just
they
an
were dragged down
effect.
and gone.
But it was just an effect. They just literally.
What about when Krampus was going through the snow and where he leaves like that trail?
Did like
behind
that
him
Bugs
or whatever?
Bunny thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was necessarily Krampus though. They don't specify whether or not that's him.
And
Don't specify,
yeah,
but
I don't know.
I don't think it would be him.
Still, that
He doesn't
that
have to do that.
scene, no, he doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to do that.
That scene though, I mean, like
I
Would that be a
believe. I
digital
believe
or
I
practical?
believe that's digital.
digital.
Yes.
I-
Quote you on it.
Well,
I
when they're
believe it's
sinking or when they're
digital.
being thrashed around in the snow.
When I'm gonna say Krampus,
The
even though we don't
Bugs
know if it's
Bunny
Krampus.
trail thing is
The
what he's
Bugs
talking
Bunny
about.
trail.
That's
through
got
the
to be
snow.
digital, dude.
I'm
You
pretty
know-
sure digital.
That'd be pretty. That's fucking cool as shit, though.
I mean, if it were
Yeah.
practical, they would have to use miniatures.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, yeah.
They would.
Still, a lot of practical, a lot of digital. Really fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to go to our next
Category is a chase scene.
Is it the chase scene, not the suspense buildup?
Oh, I'm sorry. Stupid beards in the way. Suspense buildup.
Suspense buildup.
This movie's full of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's-
yeah.
there's
Where to
There's a-
begin?
quite a
Where
few.
to begin?
Quite a few suspense.
There's a lot.
buildups.
There's a lot. So let's just cover one. Pick one. I'll let you pick.
Okay. When they start to go into the attic because they hear something.
That's fucking creepy.
That is
Mhm.
creepy as shit. And all they're hearing is movement and I guess
Like
think
a voice?
laughter too or whatever.
There's like a voice. There was calling the
Like a
twins up.
voice or
Yeah.
whatever. That's fucking creepy as shit. Like you don't know what's going on. You're trying to speak out and everything. And as they're
Yeah.
going
It
upstairs,
gets very suspenseful there.
you know, it's really slow, very eerie.
It's kind of like the Predator playing the playback
Oh,
of
man, it's-
your
it's fun.
voiceover.
It's-
Like,
it was yeah, right. I can't wait till we do that one.
that's gonna be a great one.
But yeah, man, it was just a very eerie, very spooky feeling, sound. Just
Okay.
It was just it freaking terrified me to know that at the top of that fucking staircase was a huge ass Jack swallowing a human being. You know what I mean? You see Jack, and he's opening his mouth like the fucking
Like the Predator,
and shit.
yeah, dude.
Rah, and it's fucking. Yeah, dude. I hate Jack.
Yeah.
Jack is a spooky. I hate
he's
Jack.
a very complicated puppet because like I think he's operated by like 3 people.
I was gonna say there has to be at least 3 people.
Because there's
massive he
one
is.
that is actually Jack with the head, and then there's one for the
Arms.
body.
and then one to manage the robotics with the face.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's a 3-man operation.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Very
dude.
complicated, but his
Crazy.
character, but his structure was probably my favorite, I guess, next to the angel.
Yeah,
I think his
angel.
is definitely better though.
That angel
He's so much more.
me out.
He's so terrifying.
That angel
The angel's
reminded me
creepy
of
as
like
fuck, though.
Chucky,
Yeah.
dude.
The angel's like,
The angel
And then when she had
so
that tongue-
reminded me of like Chucky.
Yeah, when the tongue came out, I'm like, why does this thing have a human tongue? It's just
It was
fucking-
like-
yeah.
Oh man,
It's
that
so
was
gross,
so
dude.
creepy. Yeah, so gross.
it's good
But
stuff.
yeah, that's
good stuff.
definitely one of the suspense. There's
It's good stuff.
there's a few suspense buildups in this movie, but that's one of them that it just stuck to me, and I'm just like, it creeped me out for sure.
For sure, that's a good one. Let's move on to
Chase scene.
chasing next.
What do you like?
I mean, there's not a ton of chase scenes in here.
There's not.
Not a
There's
lot.
not. I guess the only chase scene we should even possibly bring up would be Krampus chasing Beth.
I was gonna say both Beth and that being the chase scene and the suspense build up for me. That was it. That would be the scene I would pick.
That's yeah. I think that's good.
Yeah,
You know.
that one's a good one. Just because you're able to see Beth run down the street, and you see Krampus running and jumping.
He's like
from
jumping
building
from
to
roof to
building.
roof.
He's just jumping from fucking building to building.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
no problem. It's
Yeah.
not
No
even. It's
problems
not
at
even hard
all.
for
Like,
him.
He's like,
just
bitch, you
fucking
think you can run?
going.
You
He's
think you
like-
run?
He's like, I play the floor is lava.
Yeah. He's like, created that shit.
Yeah, like that was actually a really freaking cool scene to see, because you see her and then you have the background of him jumping.
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool, dude. The way they did that,
It's a really great
I
shot.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was fucking
Yeah.
legit. Yeah, fucking cool.
That's good. Let's move on to our next category then. Gore.
Is there any gore?
There's very
in
little.
this?
If there
There's
is,
very little. I
Yeah.
think Howard is the only one that sustained some wounds.
Oh, you know what? There is another gore, which actually happens to a toy, which is the bear when they get stabbed in the eye with the icicle,
yeah,
and he actually bleeds green. I think.
Yeah, they
right?
bleeds green.
like a
So
green.
yeah, that one's.
I like
that
how,
was
like-
a trippy.
I
Fucking
like how
scene,
later.
too.
I like how later the Aunt Dorothy shoots.
the bear.
He shoots the bear and his head blows up.
Yeah, it's just like
And then
sticks to the wall.
The best part is like she shoots the angel next, and it gets shot and stuck into the wreath.
Oh, into
reef,
the
yeah.
reef
And it's
or
just
whatever,
like-
and it lights up too, right? Like it starts to light up or whatever.
That part's really funny.
That's funny
That part's really funny.
for sure.
I couldn't
Yeah.
stop laughing when the angel got stuck in the wreath. I
Yeah.
was like, first time I saw it, I was just dying.
Dude, I love Aunt Dorothy. Aunt Dorothy, she's so fucking awesome.
She's funny. She's funny. Yeah, there's not much gore, so we
No,
can
not much
we can
gore.
go ahead and skip that. So let's go with framework.
Oh man.
So I know we were talking about that shot when they shoot that when he throws the paper out the house, and then they do a pan out, and we see the house, and then we see the cloud rolling in.
Yep, talked
Right?
about
That's
that.
an incredibly good shot.
For me, what did it for me was the grandma, the mom or whatever, when she comes face to face with Krampus.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
good one.
That's a good one.
That is fucking crazy.
Because then you kind of see
she
how
only knows
hollow.
of Krampus when she was a child,
Yeah,
right? And he left her a little bell to remember what had happened.
that scene too. Yeah, the whole little animation bit. in
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
movie.
we
I
didn't even
love
talk about
that,
the
Yeah.
dude.
animation
The
bit.
animation bit was freaking legit though, because that shit was spooky as hell too.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Because
creepy.
when she was telling her story about what happened that night, because she was just trying to get everybody,
To love again.
just to fucking be considerate of each other, because they gave her a loaf of bread, and then people just fucking coming and trying to take her loaf of bread, like nothing,
Yeah,
absolutely nothing. So she kind of just gave up her fucking Santa Claus that her mom ripped. She was like, I'm done. I'm just over it. And
she's
when
like, you know
Krampus
what?
came
Fuck these
down-
German people.
Yeah.
Fuck these German peeps.
What about Germans?
And the
They've never been the bad
animation-
guys.
They've never been the bad guys.
And the animation of Krampus, actually, you get to see his shadow pass through the door,
Yeah.
going for her parents and
You
everything.
know
like
what's
that.
a good, really good shot is when he comes out of the chimney.
I was just
It's like a POV shot, and it's like his arms and his legs, and he comes out, and it's so menacing.
It's
Well,
one
I
of
was
those-
actually gonna say the animation of Krampus though,
Right.
when he winks at
I like that part too.
girl.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a good one. Yeah,
right.
That's a good shot.
really good
That
one.
was creepy as shit, but yeah.
But there's a shot, George, when he's coming out from the chimney. It goes to a kind of like a God's eye view shot, but sort of from like the bottom of the frame is on the wall's perspective.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why his horns look like they're coming out from the little
Yeah.
wreath from the chimney.
like-
I'm like looking at him like, what the fuck? Like
Like,
does
what am
he
I
do?
looking at?
And then he comes out of the chimney. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That was a God's eye view shot. I'm like, holy shit, that was fucking awesome. Yeah, that's one of my favorite shots.
Dude, there's
I love
so
when people.
many
I
different
love the
ones.
creativity. You
There's
know,
so many different
I love the
ones. It's
creativity
just
there.
it was freaking awesome to see. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a lot for.
and we've gone over this before when we did Trick or Treat, David. Like Doherty's, like he's great at making a good. He's good at the framework.
See, okay, he was good at the framework, but also I think he's really good at using a holiday-specific theme, but with a folklore background.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does use the background.
He does, and I love the way he uses it. And they allude, I'm not sure if this is he's going to do it, but they alluded to, like, he's like, oh, what's next? A fucking Easter Bunny from hell or some shit like that. I'm like, is he going to do a fucking Easter Bunny thing? Like, because I want to see that next. Like, it's going to be fucking zombie Jesus kind of shit.
He was talking.
Zombie Jesus.
He was
the hell
talking
not?
because I was watching this interview he did at Comic-Con, and he said they might be connected.
Good.
So,
Good.
but I mean, that was literally when this movie came out. So it was 2015 in July, I believe. Comic-Con happens in July in San Diego.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I mean, we're already 6 years up now, and I don't think he's done a film in a while.
Well, other than the Godzilla movie,
Yeah, other than Godzilla.
Yeah.
maybe he's had he's been working on the little Easter Bunny thing. Who knows?
You are just so hopeful for that.
I'm really hopeful because that's today's when I made that connection.
Just
With,
Bro,
so
there's-
hopeful for
There is
it.
an Easter movie that will give you fucking nightmares, and I'll show it to you after this. So let's do
He's all worried about it. I don't know if I want to know about
you
it.
said nightmares, and I'm gonna have
Shit,
nightmares.
nightmares. Now I'm gonna have nightmares. Let's do the "Don't Go in There" category.
Don't go in there.
That
Don't
would
go in
probably be Manny's
Manny
little
likes
segment.
this. Manny
I
likes
love
this.
Don't Go In There. There's actually a couple of scenes where I'm just like, don't go in there, man. But
That's why we call it that "Don't Go In There"
but
segment.
Beth, like, yeah, why you got to go outside? Like, why do you need?
I
to
don't
go
think
out there?
Beth. I don't think Beth was the worst. I think the kids.
No, she's not the worst.
but she was trying to
she's
get
one of
that.
them.
She's trying to
She's
get
trying
that
to go
D.
outside
She
in
got
a
that
fucking
appointment, man.
blizzard.
trying to get
What are the
that dick
parents
appointment,
thinking, letting
son.
that woman go outside, fucking in a blizzard?
Well,
to her
whores don't get
boyfriend's
cold,
house.
so
Hey,
Like, that's crazy.
she's
shit.
trying to fuck, dude.
yeah,
It's crazy talk.
And what's crazy is he should be coming to her.
exactly.
Wow, he's got her pinned.
You got to put that pussy on the pedestal. You guys
What's
keep
the-
saying that.
You
I don't
guys
even
keep
know what
saying
that
that. I don't know
means.
what you're saying. What is the pedestal thing?
But yeah, I think one of the scenes of Don't Go In There that really spooked me was the one where the two girls are wandering in the hall
Yeah,
and they hear Beth's
Yeah.
voice.
it's like a not quite Beth's voice because it just sounded
It's a little-
distorted.
Yeah.
It's Beth.
Well, they're
but
hearing
it's
a voice,
twisted.
but
Yeah.
it's like monotoned or it's been
High
tampered
pitched.
with.
It's like high
it's
pitched.
not
Yeah.
exactly her voice. Like it's echoed in some way, but they're still talking to this voice. They're still following the voice instead of saying, "Hey," to the parents, "We found Beth" or whatever.
Like, yo, she's up
no,
here.
they just keep going and then keep going. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And they lead them to
Their demise.
the fucking attic, I
Yeah.
guess, which they get eaten. Don't go in there. Like, fuck,
They get
man. Seriously, you're going to hear this.
You gonna
freaking-
get eaten.
Ugh. I just can't
Yeah.
believe it sometimes when these freaking movies. It's a great scene, though.
I mean, that's what makes the movie great, though. Is 'cause,
That
like,
is what I just said.
it
It's
really,
a great
it-
scene, though.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just, that stuff is like that stuff that most people would never do in that situation. That's what makes the movie good.
Yeah.
That's what makes the movie
Yeah.
good.
It was
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah.
So yeah, let's move
For
on
me,
to
that was a don't go in there.
yeah, let's move on to our next one. We're gonna do performance next.
Ooh, I think
Are there any performances in this movie that really stuck out to you, good or bad?
okay, good. Obviously, right off the bat, I love the Aunt Dorothy.
And Dorothy's great.
And Dorothy is fucking awesome.
And then I gotta give it to
The
Toni
grandma?
Collette. Her grandma and Toni Collette.
Toni Collette is always amazing.
She's okay. Well, that scene where she's trying to stop Howie Jr. from going up the chimney,
Oh, wow.
and what she sees, like that shocked look on her face, where it's like
it's pretty genuine.
it is,
So-
dude. And that's what's so fucking like
So here's another tidbit. Michael Dougherty did not let anyone see these puppets
right.
until they shot, so he'd get their real reaction.
Holy shit, that's fucking smart,
crazy.
dude.
Yes.
God damn it, we love you, Michael.
Love you, Michael.
Well, he can't see me, but
Mr.
we love you.
Dougherty.
Mr. Dougherty.
Mr. Dougherty.
When are you gonna make another film, Michael?
Dude, I
Better be
actually
the
like
goddamn Easter bunny.
the ant scene when she's trying to teach them how to make like a coffee
Peppermint-
liqueur,
peppermint schnapps.
or whatever.
Peppermint schnapps, yeah.
I'll teach you guys how to make peppermint schnapps.
And then she shares it with the fucking kids, bro.
She's
Like
like,
a
don't
mouth
rat on me.
breather.
Don't,
Yeah.
don't rat me out.
Don't rat on
She
me,
lets
bro.
The kids have a little sip of it and everything.
That's the coolest ad ever.
Yeah.
Right?
We've all drank with our aunts, right?
I like the grandma's.
No.
I like the grandma's
I haven't drank
performance.
with my aunt.
See, when I look at the grandma, I think of my grandma, and I used to drink with my grandma. Like, we used to just hang out and watch gangster movies and drink whiskey.
Your
Nice.
grandma?
Well, I swear to God, my grandma, dude, I would make her and me Jack and Cokes, and we would watch fucking, like, Dillinger. I had her watch Public Enemies and Donnie Brasco.
Wow.
Like, dude, we just, it was our thing,
I
dude.
love
Like, my
Donnie
I
grandma
like
was
your
fucking awesome.
grandma, dude.
I love
Grandma's
her,
awesome.
man.
That's grandma
I think
legit.
we should buy a bottle of whiskey and just go fucking watch movies.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We got to do it around St. Patty's Day. That was her birthday.
Okay.
So, cheers,
Yeah.
Grandma. Love you, Grandma.
Grandma.
Cheers.
Yeah, but fucking great overall though.
I think,
mean,
yeah.
You can't really fucking complain about anything else really.
I think the lack of performance would probably be
kids.
Max.
Max, really?
Only at the end of the movie when he's talking to Krampus. I felt like there was a lack of.
There's like a little drop off there.
Yeah, his performance dropped a little bit.
Okay, I can
It
kind of
didn't.
see
It,
that.
it didn't seem genuine.
I can kind of see
It
that.
didn't
Okay.
seem genuine.
I think for me, it would be around the twins area as far as their performance goes. And again, I know I'm like shitting on the kids. No offense, but
Well, I mean, if you, in all honesty, children's performances are usually the weakest.
right.
It's rare when you get a performance from a child that is actually stands out from the rest.
Yeah.
You know,
And so I think that's why I think it's
just the
specifically
experience.
the twins.
It's experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's specifically the twins because Howard Jr., let's face it, had no fucking lines. Like, hey, you're fat, just sit there and eat. Like,
And he's like, I could do that.
mouth breather. Like,
He wasn't
me,
even
it
acting.
was,
They just picked
I
the dumb
just-
kid off the side of the street.
they probably found him fucking just like hanging out. Like, hey, what the
Hey,
fuck?
fatty, you.
For me, it was.
So you can't park your van here. That's not my
it
van.
was
That's a
the
fat kid.
aunt, but the mom's sister,
Linda.
Linda. There you go.
Yeah. You
she
think her
had
performance
quite
was
a
shit?
few scenes that weren't too great. Like the biggest scene, like that I enjoyed out of her was the attic scene. Like she looked like she was getting down and ready.
What didn't you like about Linda?
I don't know. She just seemed very
dynamic.
stale. Like
Okay.
you know,
Say what you got to
it-
say, and I think I want to counter you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I don't know. I didn't believe a lot of her lines really, you know.
They didn't seem real. They
It
didn't
just
seem believable.
It didn't seem believable to me
Prior to the attic scene?
prior to the attic scene.
Okay, so here's why. Here's why her performance didn't seem as believable is because in the attic, when she was on the ground getting beat up by
Bear.
the bear,
The bear, yeah.
she looked over and she saw one of the twins laying on the floor, and that's when her like mama bear instinct kicked in, and that's
Yeah.
when she fucking knocked the bear off, grabbed the axe, and like saved the day kind of shit.
Yeah.
That's when you see her character change. It's at that pivotal moment for her character. Same thing what I thought with Trick or Treat with the little girl, Rhonda.
Rhonda, Yeah.
because I didn't really like her performance. But I think we had again. This is one
We
of the
had to
things that
go
we
through
have
that
to
journey.
live with her through the character, to go
Okay.
through that journey
Oh,
in
no,
order
no,
to
no.
understand like that growth.
Okay, I understand that. So
Yeah.
that's why. Oh, okay. I get it now. So it's the transition from
That little nice like
little nice
just,
mom
yeah.
to fucking
Oh, you fuck with my kids?
exactly. I'm
You
gonna
fuck
fuck
with
with
my
you kind of word.
You
Yeah.
fuck with my kids?
Okay, I can see that. Yeah. All right, I take my statement back then.
So yeah,
I
that's
can
the
see
conclusion I
transition
came
of
up
that.
to at the end of that episode. I'm like, wait, did we have to
You know
live
where I
with
was
it?
coming from.
Yeah,
though, you know
exactly.
what I mean? But yeah, okay.
I think
I
maybe
get it,
Michael
I get it.
Dougherty does that on purpose.
Mr. Dougherty. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, cool.
We're good there. So let's go to budget.
Budget.
Don't even know shit about this budget.
Cool. You guys want to take a guess at what this budget was?
Budget for this had to be decently high because they went to New Zealand. So I want to
Yeah.
say
A lot of practical effects in this one.
65 mil.
What about you, Dave?
You say 65?
Yeah.
I'll go with 73 mil.
Budget?
Wait, hold on. This is the 2015 movie?
2015.
Let's go 85 mil.
85?
85, final answer.
You guys overshot it by a ton.
The budget? Seriously?
Budget.
What you got?
Budget was only $15 million.
No
Shut the
way.
fuck up, dude.
The budget was only $15
All right,
million.
we gotta
for this
fact check
movie.
you here because that seems
Go ahead.
bullshit.
Look at that.
To fly all those actors
Yeah.
to New Zealand
Yep.
and have them live there for 4 months
Look it up.
and use the fucking Weta workshop.
Krampus
Do you know what it made?
budget. Hold on. Let me fact
Hold on,
check you.
hold on. He's in the
Before-
fact check.
Fucker. 15 mil. USD.
15
US
mil.
dicks right here. Yeah.
All right,
Do you know what it made?
How much?
let's say that.
Don't look it up.
Don't look it up, David.
I kind of did. Just a fact check, Manny, but go ahead.
I'm gonna go with. 60 because that's 4 times what it's worth.
I kind of looked it up, so you know.
Close.
Yeah.
$61.5 million.
Yes, sir.
Made
Worldwide.
4 times the value. That's a. Okay, so that is incredible.
I know things.
Well, you're supposed to do that. It's your
Yeah.
fucking job.
Yes, I know shit.
That's incredible. So that's
It's
4 times the
fucking
budget. Okay, so
amazing.
for one, he made this movie with all these actors: Tony Collette,
Adam Scott.
Adam Scott, David Kirchner, right?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And he flew them to New Zealand. They lived
Yep.
there for 4 months.
Put them through hell.
Put them through shit. Also, he used the Weta workshop.
Yeah.
15 million
Prestigious.
seems
15
like
million,
Yeah.
dude.
so low
He
for
stretched
all of
the
that.
fuck out of that 15 million.
I'm kind of worried that
Clearly.
Michael Dougherty didn't
Stretched
eat
the
anything for him. He's like,
fuck
oh
out
shit.
of
He's like
15 million.
cutting corners, not gonna eat.
So, what trips me out is how come he's not making more movies?
And well, I mean, not
He
every-
clearly can. He can clearly write and direct a
well,
great
just
film.
because he can doesn't
And he
mean
can-
he doesn't want to. Doesn't want to. Like he.
I think
he
you know it might
definitely
be the
wanted to.
studios. It might be the studio thing. Like he can't quite find a studio that would help back him
I guess true.
because a lot. Okay, look at the stuff that he's been doing. Look at Trick or Treat. Look at Krampus. Look at even Godzilla. So he's gonna be like, no,
Yeah, even Godzilla was not that great.
not. A lot of people had problems with it.
Yeah,
like
they have
like
a lot
what
of
you said, George.
Yeah.
Like
But
you know,
the thing is, almost
Too many
every,
monsters.
yeah, like isn't that
In
what
the
you want to
monster
see in
movie.
a fucking
most
Godzilla movie?
Godzilla movies, people are gonna have problems with Godzilla movies for
Oh, I'm
whatever
sorry. It's a
fucking
movie
reason.
about a monster destroying a city.
Yeah.
How much story do you want there to be in that
They
shit?
have
Will there be
problems with the
dialogue?
way Godzilla looks, or they have a problem with the story. They have a problem with Kong not being on top, or whatever the case may be. People are always gonna have a problem with Godzilla for whatever reason they are.
You're just racist because he's a Japanese monster lizard.
I guess it needs. I guess Godzilla's things has to be in Japanese,
Oh,
and people.
Are
there's not enough Japanese people.
so are his genitals blurry?
Should he
yeah,
be wearing a
dude.
schoolgirl outfit?
But yeah, 15 million budget, 61.5 million box office.
That's a steal for the day. If you tell me that, man.
That
Fuck.
is fucking a win for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a win for sure.
That is an amazing fucking comeback
That's-
off of that, dude.
They made
yeah.
4 times the
Amazing.
profit. They made 4 times the investment, so that's good.
So that was fucking legit.
I really hope that he comes out
Man,
with
you
another
guys
one,
freaking
dude.
shot the budget high.
Well, it's a good movie, and I'm considering like 2015.
Well,
Like,
that's why I was saying, like, the actors, high caliber actors,
Yeah.
right? They also moved them to New Zealand for 4 months, all
Yes.
of them.
Yeah.
They used the workshop That's not cheap.
And that workshop came after the whole Lord of the Rings thing, dude.
Yeah.
So of course it would be like, hey,
so
look at what we
they're
did.
already like, hey, we made Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
bro.
Fucking new what Kiwis is what you call them, right?
Fucking Kiwis.
Fucking Kiwis.
Yeah,
Just
man.
jack up the price after Peter Jackson.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's surprising. 15 million seems so low.
It was
Yeah.
that's
So
crazy.
That's like
low,
that's
dude.
nothing, dude.
It's nothing.
That's not even like a low budget movie kind of shit, dude.
That's
No.
a meal.
It's a golden
golden goose.
golden truffle meal.
Scrambled eggs. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyways,
No, yeah.
we know.
Stop, please. Thank you.
so let's go on with the next category. What's after budget?
After budget, outro.
Outro. Take it, George.
Okay, so actually, the 15-minute starts here. It starts when Krampus and Omi meet. They reunite.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is where the 15-minute mark starts. So Krampus comes out of the chimney, and you see the chimney split, the hole
It's a
all the way down the
great
wall.
fucking- yeah.
And like as David mentioned earlier, we get the God's eye view, and the horns come out, and then Krampus comes back for Omi because she did not.
Were there rules inside
There
this
were
fucking?
there were some rules, so he basically let her live.
The last time.
He let her live so she can own up to her mistake. But she repeated her mistake, so he takes her.
I was like, what? So she could live to tell the tale? Like, I hear
No,
this ship.
Repeated her mistake.
Yes.
I hear they leave no survivors.
She didn't
No
learn anything
survivors,
from her
eh?
previous encounter with him.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So since she didn't learn anything from her, well, she learned things, but I mean, she still fucked up. So
I
he's
think
like, yeah, he's not a 3-strike guy. So,
Yeah.
Um,
You get the rod. You get the rod. Sheila.
and so now the rest of the family
I'm
members,
drink in my mouth. I wanted
the
to
rest of
spit
the
that.
family members already fled. Right, they already left the house. They're trying to get to the snowplow to drive out.
Yeah.
That's
And
Mr. Plow.
so-
That's my name.
They're driving. They're running out, and God damn it, what's Adam Scott's name? Character's name
Tom.
again?
Thomas.
Tom.
He's
So-
leading the pack.
He's leading the pack, and he notices that the fucking
Notices. I like that word.
yeah. You like that?
Yeah.
He notices that they're fucking
He's gonna own it now.
He did. I loved it. Go on, George.
I was wondering if he was gonna fucking say it again. He definitely fucking. He's noticing. He's
noticed something in the
He's
snow.
noticing.
Chill out, dude. I always talk this way, okay?
So what does he notice?
That the little helpers are coming. The one that's under the ground, right?
The
So
Tremors.
he has his shotgun. He's like, "You guys go up to the truck," and he's just sitting here shooting, trying to keep it distracted.
Yeah.
And then he runs out of shells.
Yep.
Right. And then he owns it. He owns it. He's like, takes a big deep breath, and then just takes him.
And whoosh. All gone.
Fucking takes him. Right. So the rest of the family, fucking Linda and the fucking the two fucking kids.
Max and
Max
one of the twins. Is
and,
it Stevie?
Stevie, I think. Yeah,
I think it's the girl with the glasses.
Yeah, I think it's Stevie.
The bitch that was reading the fucking letter in the goddamn
The
first
fucking
place.
cunt.
Yeah. Little bitch.
And he's still trying to save
Yeah.
her.
Right?
Yeah.
Where's
So
Santa when you need him?
they get to the snowplow, and then, but by this time, the little helper has caught them. He's
Oh, yeah.
right up on them, and then he takes Linda, right, and then Sarah's trying to push the kids into the snowplow, and then she looks at Max and she's like, "I love you," and then she gets taken.
Yeah.
That was
rough.
such a crazy
That was
scene
rough,
because her
dude.
facial
I'm
expression.
telling
on
you,
it
man.
was fucking crazy because it's
Oh, she's a good actor, we know.
it's
Toni
the last
Collette.
time you see you're possibly gonna see your child.
Toni Collette, dude. She is.
I love you. And then
She's on
shoot.
top fucking
That was
shelf for
fucking-
me, bro.
Yeah, dude, she's great.
Like, mi corazón, man, just fucking crazy.
Keep that
Manny.
Mexican shit out of here.
Hold on. Wait. Manny, have you
Yeah.
seen Hereditary?
Nope.
I've not seen
Oh,
Hereditary.
you just fucking wait till we get to that goddamn movie.
I have not seen Hereditary.
You know what's
Oh,
crazy?
Man.
I've seen that movie once. one time I watched that movie, and I remember almost the entire movie.
Yeah.
It's that captivating.
It's just
it's so good.
sears in your fucking skull.
All right, I'm down.
Psychological.
You're not gonna be able to sleep for a
shit,
week.
dude. Yeah, dude. You think we're joking?
You think we're joking?
I'm
Yeah.
sure that I'm not gonna
Check your
fucking.
corners. Check your basement, Stan.
Get back to it. Get back to
So
it.
Max and Stevie are in the snowplow.
I'm fine. I didn't spit anything out. Go on, Max.
They're in the snowplow, and Max is trying to start it. It won't start. He also is a child and doesn't really know how to start.
I think he mentioned something about it in the dialogue. He's like,
I don't know
This
how to
is-
drive a stick.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to drive.
yeah.
And then by that time, the elves show up. And they fucking rip the fucking truck open.
Those
They take
fucking
Stevie.
goddamn elves.
They leave him there.
Yep.
Right? They leave him there. Max gets out of the snowplow and starts to run towards them. And then who shows up? Krampus shows up. And then he hands Max a little
Krampus
gift
ornament. Yeah.
wrapped up, right? And he's like, "Hey, here you go, buddy."
Remember
Right.
this from
Just
earlier?
like that.
This is a
Just like
callback.
that. Just like that.
Just like
So
that.
you-
He's like, this is my
and
strong hand.
Max is opening it up, and it has it's wrapped in the
The
letter,
letter.
that he wrote to Santa. And then it's the little bell.
I really want that for a Christmas
I
ornament,
want
dude.
that so
really
bad.
need
It's
that
so
shit.
cool.
the bell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't believe in one and not the other, bro.
for sure.
It's called
So-
balance in the universe.
Max decides to run towards Krampus, and
That was fucking ballsy of Max. Because at that point, he could have just been like, cool, you got her? I'm out. And ran to somewhere else.
He could
wanted-
have just left her
He
there.
could've.
he
Because
wanted
she's
to,
a fucking cunt cousin.
she's the fucking cunt cousin.
Fight
Yeah.
for your family, man. Still family.
A family that's going to want fucking mac and cheese with hot dogs on the holidays? No, thank you.
I like how that's where you went.
I thought you were
that's
gonna
what
say.
they
I thought you were gonna say something
That's
like
what
more
they fucking
serious.
got.
Like
That's what they got.
take your letter, make you not believe in Santa or anything like that. But no,
Mac and cheese
mac
and
and cheese and hot dogs.
Dude, I'm Filipino and I'm not even down with the fucking spaghetti with the hot dogs in it, man. I don't put hot dogs in my food unless I'm eating hot dogs with buns, bro.
I so thought he was gonna say something like her being a jerk about taking the letter,
Nope.
or doing all this stupid shit.
Made a
No,
left turn,
It
call
was
back, call back
it
to
was
the very
macaroni
beginning of the
cheese with
movie.
hot dogs.
Mac and cheese and
Damn.
hot dogs. God damn, like what the fuck? Even
That's
Tony
so
Collette was
funny.
like, nope. What kind of family don't like this? Like,
That is so funny.
So one of the minions has her on the ledge, right?
Yeah, so he's running towards them. They're doing their Krampus celebration.
like a
This
little
is like
pagan.
a legitimate thing.
yeah.
This celebration's like a legitimate thing, and then they're gonna sacrifice what's her fuck, Stevie.
Yeah. For us.
What's her fuck?
And then Max shows up and he's like, "Take me, take me!"
That's fucking
Right.
ballsy of him, bro.
And then fucking he throws the little bell down at the feet of Krampus,
Fuck your gift.
and then it fucking melts into the snow and
Not
opens.
quite melts. It just
It just
sinks.
Sinks into the snow.
weird.
You're right. Sinks into the snow and then opens up what looks like a portal to hell.
I like Krampus's face when he does that. His mouth is wide open, like, whoa.
It's just his mouth has been open the whole movie.
But I mean, like, it went the way he turns, like, because the elves are kind of ones who are pointing it out. They're like, hey, he just tossed your fucking gift in the fucking snow. He's like, huh? Just watch it again, dude. That's the impression I got.
That's what's going through your mind, right?
Who did what?
That's funny. So he tossed it down and he's like, take me instead. And then Krampus it looks like he's considering it, taking him
Yep.
and letting everyone else live. And then he's crying and he goes to wipe
His tear with a long
The tear
finger. It's
away.
like, take my strong hand. Like, he's fucking-
take my strong hand. And then Krampus starts laughing.
yeah.
And then all the elves start laughing. And then they throw Stevie into the fucking pit. Right? And he's like, "No." And then after that, Krampus Krampus throws,
He grabs Max.
Max by the face,
Max.
Yeah.
right? And then one-handed moves
Lifts
him
his
over,
goddamn head. Yeah.
just grabs him, moves him over the pit,
Mm-hmm.
and is just laughing the whole time. And this is where that like cheesy acting comes in. This is what I was talking about. This is the scene that I was
When he
talking
drops
about.
his ass in there?
When he's talking to Krampus, he's like, I'm sorry, like it should have been me. Like, this is where I felt like his acting was compromised,
Okay.
Okay.
right? And then Krampus drops him. We get the slow-mo drop
Typical.
of Max into
That's the part where I can see his acting drop off because, well, one, he's being dropped, but two, like, you're doing a digital fall, like,
It is a digital fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is a digital fall
Yeah.
for sure.
okay, I mean, I don't know. I get where you're
Yeah.
coming from, George, but I think, I don't know, for a child actor to deliver that amount of emotion for family members that have just been tossed into this fucking portal of hell, you know, like, I think you're asking a lot. This is a strange movie to ask.
I am
yeah.
asking a lot, but at the same time, it didn't seem genuine.
Right. Hell is
And-
not genuine enough for you? Like,
I know, right?
It's not. That just ain't me.
What a dick.
So
bro.
as he falls in, then we get a transition,
Sorry.
and then he wakes up in his room.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden it's Christmas morning, and he's
It's like, bam, it was all a dream.
he's
I
in
used
his
to read one of those
room,
magazines.
right? He's in his room, and then he walks out to the living room, and then everyone's there.
The
His-
whole fucking family.
The whole family is there. It's extra lit. I'm not sure if you guys noticed how bright everything. It's very vivid.
cheerful.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
It's
most of the
very
movie-
vivid.
Most of the movie was fucking dark as shit.
Yeah,
Well, because there
it's
was a
very
fucking
vivid.
storm. The storm all of a sudden
Exactly.
passed.
It's very vivid. The storm is gone. And they're like, oh, we thought you'd slept in, blah, blah, blah. And then they're having a great time.
Yeah.
And then they hand,
Laughing, passing out the
Mhm.
gifts.
he snuggles up to his parents.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh, and they do the parent thing.
Hug your mom
fuck
and
them.
dad, kids.
Yeah. And then they hand him a box, right? The box
Yeah.
is pretty plain.
Gift to him.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
pretty plain.
It looked
and
a bit more eco-friendly to me.
Yeah, it was kind of like an
It was
eco-friendly
like a
box, right?
biodegradable gift box
It
as
had
opposed
that,
to
it
wrapping
literally
paper.
had that look. It does. I don't know
Yeah,
if
it
you've ever
does.
seen a box like that, Manny.
Oh.
It looks like that. They look like that. Those
Yeah.
biodegradable ones.
Straight
he
cardboard.
opens it up.
twine.
Sucks.
He opens it up, and then there's the Krampus little bell,
And he holds it up.
and he
and the
holds
whole
it up,
fucking family.
and one by one they all lock eyes onto it, and all of a sudden we hear
They're starting to remember.
they're starting to remember
What
things
happened.
from that time.
Yeah.
And what song was it that was playing? Forget. It was like another slow ass 1940s
It's just like a slow, creepy song.
Yeah.
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 Like
And one by one, they
Have
all hear it all the
yourself.
way around. Everyone from Ami to all the way to the
a little
Yeah,
baby
yeah,
and the
cunts.
dog.
Yeah,
Even the dog, actually. Then they had a
Even
little
the
close
dog.
up.
Even the dog.
Yeah.
Even the dog.
Even the dog was like,
the dog.
Right.
Ruby?
And then
Rosie.
Scooby Doo meets
At
Krampus. Oh
that
my God!
point,
You guys
after-
got to do that.
after it goes all the way around, right? It goes back to Max, and then they do a pan out. And when it pans out, we notice that they're in a snow globe.
Well, outside of the house of the window, and you're like, oh, okay, whatever. And the whole family's fucked. And then it pans out again,
Mm-hmm.
and we're in a fucking snow globe.
They're in a snow globe.
And it keeps fucking panning
It
out.
keeps panning out. It doesn't
And
stop.
guess where the fuck we are? We're in a goddamn shelf instead of Krampus's basement dungeon shit.
Warehouse.
Yeah,
We're at Krampus's workshop.
we're workshop.
Yeah, workshop.
And then there's literally thousands and thousands.
Like hundreds. Let's say hundreds.
Yeah, we can't see if it's thousands,
It's
but there's
thousands.
a lot.
It was a lot.
There's a lot of snow globes
There's
for sure.
millions,
So
Billions.
billions.
what George notices there is there's quite a few
Good callback, man.
snow globes. So
Just notice that, huh?
you just notice that. But yeah, there's a lot for
There's a lot.
sure. Not as
A
much
lot
as
of
he's
those
saying,
kids
but
who
there's
got
So
the
it
rock.
keeps, it keeps panning out because like his Krampus's hand comes off of their snow globe,
Yeah.
and then it keeps panning out. You see a bunch. There's like a little mantle with some on here. There's like a little tree with some on. There's like shelves and stuff with shit on there, and it keeps panning out. And when it gets to the end, of the pan, it stops, and then that's when all
The little toys.
all the minions come in,
Yeah.
and they give you one final jump scare,
That's
and then
the only jump scare.
it's the only one, and then they leap towards the camera, and then that's the end
like
of the film.
that, dude. I like
I
that.
don't think that's the only jump scare because
You're just a bitch, man. That's the only fucking jump
Just a
scare.
no, because the other jump
Paper
scare is when
bitch.
Krampus opens up his
paper bitch.
sack and
You're a sack.
grandma looks into the sack and they pop out there. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
that. But
I wouldn't consider that a jump scare.
no, you
Just a
kind of knew it
bitch.
was coming if
Yeah,
you're
you knew
smart.
that was coming.
But
You're a bitch.
Yes.
Man, Hereditary's gonna be rough.
oh man, you're gonna get Matt. Where's Matt? He was just in here a minute ago. Matt, get back in here. You're looking at the corner of your room. No. Oh wait, Matt don't even know what I'm referencing to. Just wait. Just wait till you watch Hereditary. So this whole time, dude, again, okay, the Krampus movie, like, and I don't know if I'm not supposed to bring it up or not, but so like the Simpsons, they have the Treehouse of Horror,
Yeah.
right? That's all them. Every fucking year, Simpsons, you got to
Yeah.
watch Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah.
American Dad does the greatest fucking episodes of Christmas
Yes.
ever.
One of my favorites is the one with Krampus.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's why I was like, she gets the rock. But if you guys don't know what we're talking
fucking
about,
good.
you guys got to. Did Matt not screw those on right?
I guess not.
You piece of shit, Matt. Anyways, so, there's an episode of American Dad where they specialize. The whole the episode is about Krampus, and it's just so fucking funny. But again, I think one of my favorite episodes around Christmas time, because we're doing Christmas things, is the episode where Santa Claus ends up finding where they're hiding at, and he sends like wave after wave of elves to try to attack them. It's the greatest
it's
fucking
so
episode,
good.
dude.
It's so
You
good.
literally-
if
if
you
you-
have not seen it, that is worth a fucking watch.
If you guys,
and a half.
if you guys
It's
even
so
haven't
good.
watched American Dad at all, just watch their Christmas episodes specifically for this holiday, because
It's
it is
so
just
funny.
the best fucking
Oh
thing
my
ever.
god.
Watch that after this movie, though. Okay.
Dude,
Yeah,
the
watch-
fucking-
Then let us
I
know.
always think of the elf,
Wait, no.
the one elf that's like his intestines have been spilled. He's like,
Off topic, guys. Back to Krampus.
Wait. You got to watch the American Dad episode of Krampus and then watch this movie, because then you're just going to get a kick out of Krampus.
yeah, you'll get a better kick out of
You
it.
get the ride.
Anyway, that's
Why you leave me at the gas station in downtown Baltimore?
so
Is it
that's
because
the-
Santa's made more money than me?
So that's the outro. The last thing we have to do is give the movie a rating.
Ooh, boy.
And David, I want to hear your rating on this movie.
You know what, dude? I love everything about this movie.
Uh-huh.
And I love Michael Dougherty.
Michael Dougherty.
Michael Dougherty.
Michael Dougherty.
There's just so much dysfunctional family shit that happens during the holidays that's incorporated into this film. The practical, like everything about this movie. Again, God damn it, Michael, you're doing such a great job. You better do a fucking Easter Bunny thing or some shit.
So give us your celebrity rating.
My celebrity rating, I'm going to go to late great Conchata Ferrell.
Oh,
Chata Farrell.
nice.
I got to give it
And
to
what is the,
Aunt Dorothy. Aunt five of her heads.
5 Conchata Farrell.
Because I want to drink with her, man. She seems like such a great person to fucking
Wow.
drink with.
That's a
You
high
get
rating.
5. That's
It is.
crazy.
That's a high rating.
It's
for
5
Krampus.
because, I mean, honestly, there isn't that much for me to pick apart in this film. Other than the child actor, which, I mean, I got to cut it some slack as a child actor.
Mm.
But you have such a great cast, great music, practical effects, great movie. Another holiday
It's
theme.
not just horror.
It's
too.
not just
No,
horror. It's a
it's
holiday
got
theme.
comedy.
Holiday theme.
It's,
Yeah,
it's a
Family-oriented.
well-rounded movie. It's
It is.
Sure,
It's got comedy.
Pretty
it's
good.
so well rounded, dude.
What about you, Georgie?
I'm actually okay with that. Oddly enough, I'm actually okay
Really?
with that.
You're
Yeah.
going with a 5.
Conchata Ferrells, we miss you.
Damn. That's pretty high, guys.
What do you give this, man? You want to fucking giving us shit?
I actually thought I was gonna go a little high myself. I was actually gonna go 4.5. Cause I'm not a big fan of these types of movies, but this movie was actually
All of a sudden.
no.
All of a sudden, huh?
I'm not a big fan of these type of movies, but it wasn't that type of a movie for me. I actually enjoyed the movie.
What were you expecting when you came into this movie?
Oh,
and
what I was
output?
expecting out of this movie, because I've never seen this movie, I was expecting a lot more spooky, a little gory maybe, because I didn't know what to expect. I knew it was a type of Christmas movie,
Right.
you know, and I know the background of Krampus because he eats children.
Yeah.
You know, so I was kind of assuming that kind of style. I did not assume that it would be this kind of way for the movie.
We also didn't even talk about the fucking snow globe.
What do you mean at the very end?
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
We just did.
We talked about the snow globe.
No, but we didn't talk about that he took them forever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, actually, yes, George, thank you. That's actually exactly what I wanted to expand upon. If Krampus is taking a snow globe from each of those houses, of those perhaps lives that he's changed or people that he's punished,
Those are people he's taken into his lair. So his
forever
there was
in
there
that.
was speculation that the snow globes are like a visual thing, like a mirror, so he can look into your life.
Right.
But I believe, because if you go back to what Omi said at the beginning, is that he takes.
Yeah.
So he's taking their souls and taking them with him to his lair.
The whole family?
Everything.
Yeah.
I kind of, the way I perceived it as was maybe this was a child that was able to sort of undo, or they wanted to sacrifice themselves for the sake of their entire family, even though they're a shit family, and he wanted to keep that as memories. Like, maybe not all kids are kind of bad, kind of shit. And I thought,
Well, I mean, that shows that he has a little bit of good in him, but we know that that's not true.
well, Krampus does have good in him. If you guys watched that American episode of American Dad,
Anyway, so overall, we got a 5, we got a 5, we got a 4.5. We're just gonna round this up to a 5-star movie.
it is a great fucking film.
It's a great holiday film.
It's a really good movie.
Another knock him
really
out of
is.
the goddamn park on a low goddamn budget, Michael Dougherty.
Yeah, we got to take that into account too.
Yeah.
The budget, 15 mil.
61.5. That's crazy. But yeah, overall, great film. Definitely deserves a watch for sure.
And is
I
it-
would watch this movie again. Yeah, I don't know about watching
What were
it on a
your
holiday, but
What was your first what the fuck moment for you when you were watching this film?
when I was watching this movie, my first what the fuck moment, I guess I would have to say, probably noticing that very creepy, eerie snowman outside Mike's window. Is it Mike or Max? Max's window.
Max Windows.
Max's window. That snowman looked very fucking creepy.
Got it.
You know what I mean? That was the first time I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell is a snow? Like, it was a very, it's a snowman. It shouldn't be spooky looking. It just had that spooky looking feeling. Like, at one point, I thought it was just going to fucking start walking or something.
Right.
You know
That's what I was
mean?
hoping
So,
for, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought it looked like it was going to be doing that, but to me, that's when I was like, what the hell? You know, like just having that fucking
I think the
snowman out
Jack
there.
was probably the what the fuck moment for me. When his face split open.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's like, holy fuck, this is a different level of holiday film.
Yeah.
Fucking we're watching kind of shit. Yeah.
That snowman.
You know what they need to
is
do is
what
Krampus
started.
meets Christmas Vacation.
Rusty!
Right?
But
Roll him up.
Roll them up.
anyways, but yeah, that's Krampus.
That's Krampus.
That's Krampus, kiddos.
Krampus.
I think it's a family movie that you guys should watch. You know, given if your younger children are away or off the bed, during the holiday season,
Yeah.
and you want to watch something good that's fun and entertaining with the family, that's adult, and you guys are
I would say
drinking,
13 and up, right?
I would honestly, I don't give a shit about kids, so I'd say just watch it so they can learn about Krampus and not
One and
behave
up.
like little pieces of shit.
Anyway, if you liked our content, if you liked our show, please leave
You
a
like
comment,
our contact?
subscribe.
If you noticed something funny about this
If you
episode,
notice that?
anything funny, give us a thumbs up, give us a like. Let us know what movie you guys want us to critique. Please, holiday, non-holiday, we'll do it.
Yeah, leave a comment. That helps the algorithm. If you guys want to submit some requests for movies, hit us up at nyec.gsc@gmail. We'll get to your movies as soon as possible. December's all filled up with, you guessed it, holiday films. And then we're going to be kicking off the new year with something spicy. And then after that, we're taking all requests.
So until next time, everyone, stay safe. And I got a little bit of juice in there left, I guess.
and
cheers.
I think I have a
check
little bit
your
here.
basement, son.
Snow to see you later.